yo, I know how to make video games. A friend of mine, I was like 13 at the time. I was like, no, you don't. You can't just make video games. And he was like, no, check it out. We went to my computer and he like fired up this thing called QBasic and showed me how to draw a circle on the screen. Yep. And I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. I could make video games. And so that was kind of when I became an engineer and a programmer, and I learned how to code. And then fast forward, I went to school, grew up, and got into an opportunity where I was able to start a company. And through the process of building a game on the iPhone, we actually launched a game the day the App Store opened in 2008. One of the first 50 titles on the App Store. And that kind of took off like crazy. As we now know, mobile has been the biggest computing platform in the world. And through that journey, realized that while I had made a fun game, it was called Aurora Faint. The technology that we had built, which was kind of like leaderboards, chat rooms, login, was something that other developers really wanted. And at the time, many game developers didn't know how to build infrastructure. And I had learned how to do infrastructure and also how to make games. So we kind of spun out the back-end tech and built this social network for mobile gaming. This was probably 2009. It was called Open Faint. We opened up Aurora Faint. Lesson about branding from that. No one knows how to spell that thing. So that was kind of the first moment when I started building tools and infrastructure for games. And that company did pretty well. And then in 2012, after I had kind of moved on from that, started again building another game. But we began as a game studio as well in 2012 called Hammer and Chisel. And we started as a game because I thought that the path to building the communications app would be to start with a multiplayer game. I had this hunch that core long-form gaming was going to come to mobile in a big way. And so we started building a team-based competitive multiplayer game on iPad at the time in 2012. And one thing led to another. The game didn't really work out, but through the process, in late 2014, we started talking about what if we just went to market directly with a chat app for gaming. And my co-founder, Stan, kind of had the insight for what that concept could look like. And we started building it in January 2015 and then brought it to market in May 2015. And that was kind of how it all started.